Hey guys, hope you're enjoying your first couple days of official summer vacation. When to begin June 2nd or 1st or whatever. But this is the soccer banquet, the non-soccer season soccer banquet. We could look back and say how crappy it was that we didn't get to play, and honestly, it is. It really stinks, but. We talk a lot about life lessons in the program, and as coaches, we're serious about them. And one of the big ones is life's not fair, and so that's what happened this year. Sometimes it goes our way, sometimes it doesn't. So there's no sense complaining. You just got to pick yourself up and get on to the next thing. So before we go any farther, the first thing I want to do is talk about our seniors. We'll still have the recognition for you guys. We as coaches were very excited. We thought we really felt we had a good group to work with. As a team, before I get to the seniors, as a team, we were inexperienced, but just with the little bit we had with you guys, we just felt that it was going to be a fun year. It was going to be an exciting year. It was going to be a year of progression and getting better and better. And we'd walk back from practices together talking about that this group was going to be a good one. So we'll start off with the three seniors. And first is Haley Grawy. For Haley's first year dressing varsity, second year. She dressed last year as a junior, but she didn't dress as a freshman or sophomore. She was injured on and off for the first 3 years, but she did keep working harder and harder and kept improving. Even though she didn't play varsity those first 2 years, she did get a lot of valuable experience with the Fresh South. Coach Morrow kept telling us that, she is getting better, and she's going to help you on the varsity level. But he liked the way he just felt she was going to get more confidence with the Fresh South. And also, Haley, you really did learn a lot how to become a leader with that group. You were a great leader for the Fresh South team, and it transformed into being a great leader for the varsity team. Like I said, your injuries plagued you last year. It seemed like whenever you get on a roll and start playing pretty well, Haley'd get injured and she'd have to miss a couple of games, and then it'd take a little bit of time to get back. But when she was able to play, she really was able to help us and fill a big role in the midfield. And that's what we were looking forward to this season. We thought with the experience she had there, because at first we were kind of moving her from position to position, but we kind of finally settled in there as that midfielder, and we thought she was going to be a very key part of the midfield this season. So we didn't get a chance to see that. The thing about Haley is she pushes herself every practice, every game. All the time she's going to push herself. She's extremely coachable, and as a leader, she's very vocal. She is an organizational leader. At times, some kids probably got turned off by it, and kind of the neat thing was Haley didn't really care. She was going to tell kids to do things the right way, and that's how it was going to be done. And if they didn't like it, those were the breaks, or if the coaches didn't like it, then she'd change. She'd adapt to what we wanted. So, honestly, she was great at helping us in that way. Coach G said, she was in some ways she was a lot like the team mom, and we've various girls in the last 15, 20 years. We've had girls like this, and they helped so much. She was made sure everything was taken care of, stuff that needed to be done. She helped the younger girls along. She was able to tell them expectations. This is what you do when you're a freshman and sophomore. You're just supposed to do it. Unwritten rules, unwritten expectations. And as she did that, the reason that she was so good at that is because she led by example. She would do these things. She did them when she was younger. She still continued to do them as juniors and seniors. And it's easier when the kids know that you care about them and that you're there with them, helping them. Then you can lead them and tell them what they're supposed to do. And she rarely asked anybody to do more than she was willing to do herself. So we missed not being able to see Haley get through and have a good season this year. So Haley, good job. Secondly, Lexi McClure. Lexi came in as a freshman. She did dress varsity, but didn't get very much playing time. I'm not sure. Maybe we didn't even pull her up till midway through the season. But she was raw. She was small. Wasn't great by any means of a soccer player, but she would do anything it took to stop the other team from getting by her or getting a goal. She's willing to put her body and honestly, she would put her life in front of the ball to make sure that the opponent couldn't get to it or get a goal. She was crazy, high pain tolerance. She'd get knocked down, hit hard. And as last season was progressing, the referee would call us out there, and we'd hesitate as coaches whether to go out there or not, because if we go out there to look at the player, then the girl has to come out. And there were times when we would go out, and then Haley would say, "No, I'm okay, I can stay in." And we'd say, "Well, no, I said I came out, so you have to come out, and we'll put you right back in." So it got to the point where she was saying, "Well, don't come out next time. Just don't come out." So that's what we would do. We'd hesitate and give her a few seconds to see if she was going to pop right up, and usually she did. She was always really aggressive. Through her sophomore and junior year, though, she really, what she needed to do is learn how to play the game to become a more effective player. She wanted to be good so bad that she would work so hard, and she too led by example. As a senior, she was always working so hard and always wanted to push herself. Then last year is when she started to realize, even though we were letting her push up a lot from the outside defender position, she was going farther and farther up into the attack. We let that go and just let her get her feel for it, because she started then to realize that if she could play smarter and go up only on the good opportunities rather than always trying to run forward and then have to sprint backward to defend, she knew when and when not to go up, and she was really beginning to understand how to play that outside back position. She was good at adapting to the opponent. Against different teams, against different opponents, she could go farther up maybe and stay up longer. Or against other opponents, she'd just have to hang back more and help the defense because we needed her back there. We hadn't even, I don't think we even discussed it with her yet, but as coaches, we had talked for several months that we were going to hopefully let her push up farther and farther as long as she felt comfortable to get more into the attack. She was going to be I don't know if I'd say a major part of the attack, but Lexi, you were going to get your chance up there, because we thought you did a good job crashing into the box. You did a good job when other teams would clear a ball. You'd be hanging back far enough where they'd clear it, you could get it, and then put the ball right back in. And like I said, last year you were starting to begin to figure out when and how far you could go up against different people, different opponents, different teams. And that's something we really wanted to work on with you this year. And we thought that she was going to be able to be a good part of our attack, a key part of our attacking threat. Free kicks, corner kicks, we were going to stick her up there. We'd already decided, let's put her up there. Now, if she wasn't scoring and, we were getting beat on counterattacks, we may have changed. But we always go into a season with some general ideas, and we felt as a coaching staff that if we put her in on corner kicks, she was going to get some goals for us. She was going to get some assists for us, and she was also just going to wreak havoc inside the box. She was Lexi had improved so much in the last 3.5 years at figuring out where the ball was going to go, anticipating. So, like I said, I really felt she was going to get some goals, and we'll never know. That's going to be my story. I'm sticking to it. She would have gotten some key goals for us this year, and possibly even one of the goals where we upset somebody. But that's Lexi, great player for us for the 4 years. And last, Q. McKenna became Q her freshman year, dressed up as a freshman. We saw potential in her to become a good player. She was very raw, just like Lexi, wanted to do well, but just hadn't played the game enough. And where Lexi was more aggressive and just going after everything, Q was more trying to figure out, what she should be doing, and was a little more hesitant. But we could see that she wanted to do well. She was athletic, and like the other two seniors, all three of them were very, very coachable. So we thought, let's keep her with us, and she's going to develop. As a freshman and sophomore, as coaches, we had more confidence in her than she did herself. She didn't know how good she was or could be. But last year she got some of that. As a freshman, she'd get frustrated. As a sophomore, she'd get frustrated because she wasn't able to do the things she wanted to do. She knew, she was starting to figure out what and where she wanted to be and what she wanted to do, but she was frustrated because she couldn't do them. And that was just a lack of playing experience. I tell the girls all the time, they're trying to make up years of experience, 5, 6, 7 years of lost soccer experience in just a couple of years in high school. And it's tough, especially, and what Q did do, and I can speak to the team about this, Q practiced on her own. When she came in as a junior, her passing technique with her toe back, her toe up, ankle locked, was almost perfect. When we were doing passing training sessions, even in games, when she didn't have time to think about it, she had practiced it so much that her memory muscle just reacted that way. Her passing was outstanding. Her short passing was outstanding, and it got that way because she worked at it so much. And we could tell that in her, or we felt that in her as a freshman and sophomore, that she was going to get better. Her junior year, she really came into her own. We had moved her around too to different positions, and we're asking her to do different things. And she, because of her lack of playing experience, it was hard. She was trying to learn what she should do for each of these positions. Well, finally, as a junior, we decided let's put her outside on a wide midfield. She was always fit. Let her get up and down into the attack and then back and defend. Let her pinch into the middle because she was becoming more aggressive. And then when she won a ball, she could complete a pass. And that's something that we struggled to do the last 4 or 5 years, is to complete several passes in a row. And it's just, we need to work on that. The girls need to work on that individually. And Q did. She got better and better at passing the ball. What she did last year was get down the line and then was able to cross it. And then what we had decided, and I think probably at least halfway through the season, Q was starting on the left side, because we'd let her go down the left side and then cut the ball into the middle. where she could then hit a big cross into the box, and we were having people crash the box. And so she also was getting better and better at that, cutting the ball to the middle to beat the defender, and then hitting the 30 or 40-yard ball in the air into the box. And that was going to be another hope for us, that was going to be part of our attack, getting her the ball and letting her do that. Because like I said, that's something that she couldn't have done that as a freshman. She couldn't have done that as a sophomore, but she worked on that on her own, worked at that on her own. And so she was able to do it and do it very, very well last year. And this year, you could see the confidence that she has. She came in with so much more confidence this year, and I really felt she was going to be a great player for us, a very, very great player for us. But those are the breaks. We never got the chance to see that. I will say that during the spring, beginning of the second semester, a couple of kids had said, "Oh, we heard that Q may go run track," and I knew she had a good cross country season, and I'm never gonna try to influence kids, because you guys have enough tough decisions on your mind where you don't need a grown man as a coach coming in and trying to convince you to play my sport, because you can help us. So I didn't want to say anything to you, but I was sure hoping. I was worried, and not just because you were going to be a good player. Q's an outstanding, just like the other three. Other two. We had three very good captains this year. They were going to be great captains because they were going to lead with feeling. They knew what it was like to be an underclassman and maybe not be a great player, but someone who wanted to be good. And it bums me out because, again, as coaches, we were excited not only to have this team, but to have these three kids as captains. They were going to be a great set of captains, and we never got the chance. So instead, you get to have this wonderful video of me reminding you about that. So thank you, you three seniors. We appreciate you. And now what I'm going to do is I think, and in my mind, I think I've said it already, we should try to go out, and I'm not big on dedicating, a game to somebody or things like that, but we should go out, I think, as a team next year and work as hard as these three kids would have done, as hard as they would have wanted you to do, and have the season for them, And that doesn't mean wins and losses. It means being a great program. It means being a representative program. It means doing things the right way, always working hard, always working hard, and seeing what can happen next year. And then, tell these girls, hey, you were a big part of it because you led us for 3 years, okay? And then I end up the banquet talking a little bit about next year and to the underclassmen. How good do you want to be next year? We have some kids that have played before coming in, so that could be an asset. You guys know, I don't know. I'd say most girls soccer players in the whole Peoria area have not been working out on their own. I know some club teams have been doing things through Zoom, but I'm guessing most haven't done a lot. You guys can do it. I don't know if you've done anything. If you haven't, start now. You could do 30 to 45 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and you will improve so much. And if you're not sure of things, we have videos on the school website on the soccer page. I put some up in the group text. You can text any of us coaches and ask us for some things. We can show you. Passing, if you want to know how to pass, you get a hold of Q and she'll tell you. And I don't know what she did, but she improved a ton. Maybe as much as anybody I've ever coached in just 9 months, from the end of one season to the beginning of the other. She got great at it. But these guys, these seniors left their mark. They didn't get a chance to leave their mark as a senior, but they left their mark for 3 years. And now, hopefully, we can take what they were not able to show us their senior year, and combine it with what we have next year to have a really good season. And like I said, wins are great, but it's not all about wins. However, I don't think either of the coaches and me come out here to lose. Okay, freaking losing stinks. It's horrible. It should hurt. It should be disgusting. It should leave a bad taste in your mouth. So start working, and let's be somebody we weren't supposed to. And then we can talk about these 3 seniors after that game. All right, have a good rest of the summer. Work hard. Go out and run some, and stay safe. Don't get sick. Life's not fair. Go change the world. See ya.